Hello and welcome to News 500. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Erich McElroy.
And these are the headlines.
UK set for June heatwave, or as other countries call it, summer.
Experts say office workers should stand 2 hours a day. South West trains are trying to help with that.
For those of you worried about rail strike this week, it has been called off. A replacement bus strike will be along shortly.
The new US Attorney General began her role by tackling corruption in FIFA, a sport Americans don't even care about. Not like there are any other things to address in America. Next, she'll tackle another issue unimportant to Americans, like shooting unarmed minorities.
You say that, but the US Supreme Court has just ruled that people have a right to wear a hijab. That's the great thing about freedom of expression in America if you're a minority. You might get shot, but you can wear whatever you like, as long as it's bulletproof.
Actor Vince Vaughn has joined the gun debate in the United States by saying banning guns is like banning forks in an attempt to stop making people fat. I think he's right. I went to a Chinese restaurant where you didn't get a knife and fork, and I nearly starved to death.
That's how I lost all my weight. I tried to eat a gun.
The Patriot Act expired, which means the NSA can't monitor calls. If you're a terrorist, now is your time for connecting people.
But meanwhile, in the UK, police are believed to be looking at private data online every 2 minutes, which makes it even more upsetting that no one reads my blog.
It's your fault for making it a knee fetish site.
Knees.
Turkey's president has asked the opposition party leader to inspect his palace to prove he does not have a gold-plated toilet seat. Talk about sitting on your assets.
Nick Clegg has been banned from Russia. Just shows how behind the times they are, banning officials that aren't even official anymore.
Next, they'll be banning dead ex-Lib Dem leaders like Nick Clegg.
Tony Blair has stood down from his role as Middle East envoy. It's been a great success, assuming his aim was to leave the entire region in complete and utter chaos. Mr. Blair is expected to take up an advisory role with FIFA.
Gary Lineker announced that the FA should boycott FIFA following the bribe scandal. He changed his mind once they bribed him with a packet of cheese and onion crisps.
So hungry all the time. Rita Ora hit the headlines after going into graphic detail about her sex life in an interview. I did that once, and I did not get that job.
But you did get this one.
Surprising, really. Organizers of a smallest penis competition in New York may have to cancel due to lack of interest. I entered, but nobody noticed.
The EU says that more than 5 espressos worth of caffeine a day is bad for your health.
How much Asda Cola is that?
About 2 lines.
I think it's meant to be Coke to make that joke work.
We didn't have the budget.
I know a guy.
Turns out laughing out loud may be down to your genes. Good news. Watching News 500 can cure that.
And finally, a 92-year-old woman has become the oldest person to complete a marathon. Of course, she was only 89 when she started the race.
We've used that joke before about the old Japanese swimmer.
It's fine. Nobody watched us back then.
Nobody watches us now.
Even better.
And that's it for this week's News 500, the week's news in 500 seconds.
And next week's news, and the week after that's news and ish.